But most people that are successful, creating wealth isn't just about money. Now, if you're not the best person at your job, if you're not outworking everybody else, you need to start there. One of the most searched videos on YouTube right now is how to become a millionaire through real estate. And in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly how many of my clients have accomplished just that. But before we get into that, if this is your first time seeing me, please make sure to like, subscribe, or hit that notification button. My name is Chris Lamm, and I'm a mortgage lender and a real estate investor in Northern California. And I've helped thousands of people in multiple states buy up to 100 properties, and that's not an exaggeration. My story started when I was 19 years old. I saw so many of my clients building wealth through real estate that I decided to jump in and take the risk myself. And in a short matter of time, I was able to acquire commercial properties, residential properties, and farms all over the nation. I even sold a beachfront property last year that I owned for 1 year and made $1 million. So I'm going to share with you the actual ways that you can make money in real estate even in a year like 2024, and it's not going to be what you expect. The first thing is your mindset. And I know you guys hear this all the time, but most people that are successful in anything had to make a decision and look at the beliefs that they have around money before they were ever able to make a difference in their bank account. Now, if you're anything like me, I grew up in a lower middle class family where my parents did not have great money management skills, and they're not teaching this in school. And so what I had to do was get exposed to people who thought and did life differently than me. Many people call that a mentor. And so I had mentors early on that were able to teach me how to save money, make money, and start thinking long-term about my life. And I will tell you guys that we overestimate sometimes what we can do in a year, but we underestimate what we can do in a decade. I'm 40 years old right now, and it seems like I was 19 just a few years ago. So I'm just telling you, if you start thinking about this now, you can make a massive difference in a relatively short amount of time. Now, one thing that's different today that wasn't around, or at least I didn't know about it when I was younger, is the ability to go to conferences, to sign up for e-courses, and to find people who truly know what they're doing when it comes to creating wealth through real estate. And there's a ton out there that you can look at. I'm going to list a few in my description below. But you have to start getting around people who think differently. For example, if you were born in a family who didn't have money and they thought that money was the root of all evil, you're going to literally spend your money every month because you're not going to have value for investing your money because you never saw it. It was never exposed to you that creating wealth can actually be a really good thing that gives you freedom in your life and allows you to do things like sow into ministry or give to nonprofits or help your friends and family. I'm going to tell you it can be a really good thing. Maybe you were someone that had the belief system that money was the key to happiness, and you saw people who made a lot of money, but they spent it every month and they bought fancy cars and houses, and when the market turned, they lost everything, and it was this great event in their life where they seemingly, lost their identity. I've seen that too. We have to understand that creating wealth isn't just about money, it's about everything in your life. One of the things we teach is it's our finances, it's our friendships, it's our family, it's our community, it's our bodies, it's everything. And so creating wealth isn't just about having a bunch of money in the bank or having a bunch of real estate or going on exotic vacations. It's being able to fund the lifestyle that you want and that you want your family to have. And for me, it was the things I didn't get to do when I was a kid. The other thing you can do around mindset is you can read books from people who have done it. Now, a book is a really interesting thing. This is someone's entire life condensed down with the best nutrients of everything they learned, and the failures are made to a few pages that you and I can read so we can get the best wisdom they have. One of the best books that you can read is The Psychology of Money. This is one of the best books to change your mindset around money. Poverty, Riches, and Wealth is another book that I would read. But if you have money issues, which we all do, the first thing you got to do is fix your mind. The second thing you have to do is you have to follow a proven plan. Now, the way that we do that is very simple. You have to make money so that you can save money, so that you can invest money, and that you can have the life you want to have. And so for everyone that's watching this video, for anyone that's thinking about this, but you're not currently investing and the idea of buying a house seems like a pipe dream to you, you have to make money. So if you have a job and you're not making enough money, the first thing I tell people is learn how to make more money. This has everything to do with acquiring new skills, getting certifications, starting a business, getting around people. Again, the key to this is always the community you're running with that are doing something where they're making money at a high level. If you spend time with people that are doing that, you ask them a lot of questions, you will figure out how to do it. And I know that we have inflation right now, and we're probably in a recession, and we're going to hear more about that soon. It's easier today to make money than it's ever been in history. I had a guy that moved into my office that just got his green card about a year ago, and he created a business in Switzerland where he started working American clients all night, and he hardly slept, got his green card, moved here, and he's going to make 6 figures this year with no college degree, no American education of any kind, but he figured out one simple thing. What are the unique problems that people are facing right now, and how do I solve them? There's usually a product or service, and for a lot of people, it's technology right now, that you can learn, and you can go to business owners and solve problems for them, and they will pay you money, sometimes a lot of money. So if you're in a job and you've been there a while, you first start with your job. I tell people all the time, if you're one of the best workers at the office, go to the owner or the boss and say, hey, how do I make more money here? My family and I want to start investing in our future, and we need to make more money. If you show me how to help you, I would love to make more money here. Now, in California, finding good employees is not easy to do. And I will tell you as a business owner, I hope no one's listening, that if one of my employees who's my best came up to me and I was worried they were going to leave, and they came to me very humbly and said, I just want to learn how to make more money. If you show me what to do here to add more value to the business, I would like to have that opportunity. I will find a way for them. And that is true for most people. Now, if you're not the best person at your job, if you're not outworking everybody else, you need to start there. You need to work the job you want to have before it's offered to you. And that's a hard thing for people to hear, because we have a very entitled society right now that thinks just because you show up and you stay there for 6 months, you're entitled to a raise. That isn't actually how it works. Now, the next thing is you've got to control the money you make. This has everything to do with delayed gratification. Yeah, I know that all your friends have really nice shoes and cars, and when you go out on things, it seems like they're doing better than you. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Most of them are broke, and they have a lot of credit card debt. And I'm not saying that to shame anybody. I used to have a 550 credit score. I know what it's like to have a lot of credit card debt, but you're going to have to get out of bad debt with high interest rates so that you can control the money you make monthly and start saving money before you can do anything like buy a house or invest in the stock market or buy cryptocurrency or do the things that are going to get you where you want to go. The best way to do this is to get a personal family budget. Now, I want to let you in on a tip. When I hear the name personal family budget, to this day, it makes me want to. It doesn't sound fun. But a personal family budget is not about restricting you. It's about tracking the dollars. If someone was overweight and they wanted to lose weight, the first thing they need to do is they need to step on a scale, and they need to get their body fat checked. And if they were to do that every single day, regardless of whether they step in a gym, they go on a diet, they are naturally going to start losing weight because they now have an awareness of how healthy or unhealthy they are, which is going to curb some of the poor behavior that's keeping them where they're at. Well, it's the same exact thing for money. If you do a personal family budget, whether you want to save a dime or pay off a debt, but you just commit to 12 months, we're going to do a budget every single month. You're going to write every dollar that was spent, every dollar that came in your home. It's going to change the way you think, which will in turn change the way you spend, and it's going to get you on the journey of starting to learn how to control your money. Now, the final step is once you're out of bad debt, you're controlling your money, you've learned how to make more money, you have disposable income, is to start to make investments. If you want to buy real estate, which is a great asset, you can start putting money into an account for your down payment or for your closing costs. Now, there are down payment assistance programs out there, and if you look at the link in the description, you'll find a link explaining how they work. They can be great. But if you're wanting to buy investment property or have more options, you're going to want to start creating a real estate fund with some sort of a savings account attached to your checking account so that you can go out and start previewing properties and learning about real estate. You're not going to become a real estate investor until you buy your first house, so you want to learn how to buy that first house before you do anything else. Now, once you own real estate and once you have a savings account, your debt's paid off and you've been educated on the process of investing, you've read The Psychology of Money, you've got your mind right, you've got some mentors, you're reading books, you're in the game, and you're finally moving in the right direction. This is where it gets really fun. The first thing you want to do is you want to hold that property as long as you can so that it can appreciate and you can get what's called equity. All the while, you want to try to continue making more money and improving on steps 1 through 3, controlling your dollars, raising your income, and throwing as much of that disposable income you can into interest-bearing bank accounts so that you can repeat this again. Now, I'm going to tell you something that I see with most investors. It may take you 5 years to buy 2 properties, but once you get 3 or 4 properties on your belt, generally speaking, you're making more money, you have equity, you have capital, and in the years 5 through 10 and 10 through 20, this is going to accelerate. And this is what happens in the stock market too. It's called compound interest. Your properties go up in value. Rents inflate, so the rental income starts coming in. You start making more money. You're making better decisions with your money. You're becoming more educated, and you're upgrading your friend group to people that are actually doing the things that you're going after, and it's amazing what will happen if you get on this journey. Now, for some of you watching this might sound like it's a hard process. And you can simply go on Instagram and find a dozen reels today that will tell you how to get rich quick. But I'm going to tell you right now that those guys that drive those Lamborghinis, most of them rent it for the day to get you to buy their course. So you have to be really careful where you're getting your information. There is a proven way to do this. And I know many people, several of my friends have over $100 million in cash. I know a guy that owns over 150 doors. This is how it's done. There is creative ways to finance it. We're going to do another video on that. Things like Subject To, and I have a podcast you can check out if you go to my podcast link. But I want to give you the simplest approach that I have followed and that works every time in any market. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. I do look at them and I'd be happy to answer them.